Hello, it's Debbie here from Create Pretty Things. How are you guys doing? Today we're going to do a cute little sign. I really like this bottom one that says, I run this rodeo. I run this rodeo. And then we're also going to do the giddy up sign. I love the rope border around the giddy up sign. So we're going to go ahead and cut these in half. As you jump on, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. If this is your first time, let me know so I can introduce myself. We're focusing on rodeo today because rodeo is coming up soon and we want to celebrate it. Now my surface today is going to be this piece of fabric. This is just something I believe I got at Hobby Lobby. It's just like a piece of fake leather. It's blue. I think it'd be pretty on like a piece of suede, tan suede. It would be beautiful on, but we're going to use this piece of blue leather because that's what I have. That's what I'm going to work with. And all we're going to do is chalk on this, turn it into a sign, put some magnets on the back, and I'll turn my glue gun on. And we are going to decorate it for rodeo. Does that sound good? I think it sounds good. I do have some rope here that I'm going to use to decorate the edges. Now these are our reusable transfers. This one had both transfers in them, so sometimes they contain multiple transfers. It could be 12 smalls. They're different sizes, and there's different surfaces that they're geared for. So we're going to go ahead and peel off our transfer from the backer sheet. Keep your backer sheet, and then we're going to fuzz our transfer, which just means to lessen the sticky on the back. These are sticky, hello, because we want to reuse them over and over again. The stickiness allows them to stay in place wherever we place them, and I am just going to center this on this piece of fabric. Centering is not my forte, but we are going to make it work today. How are you guys doing? What is today? Anyway, Monday, it's a holiday. Did you guys do any holiday stuff today? We went out to eat. Is that good? I loved it. It was great. Okay, that was still a little sticky, so I went ahead and put it back on my shirt. Now, when you smooth this on, smooth it on so there aren't any air bubbles under it, because those air bubbles will make it run and it won't hold its place under the transfer. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do this in, we're going to do the word rodeo in our vanilla paste today. Vanilla is one of our newer pastes. It's a white, but it's an off-white, so it's not quite so stark. I would have liked stark, but I think I'm going to use vanilla for this. When I think of rodeo, I think of a lot of dirt and dust and brown colors and stuff. And so I thought that perhaps the bright white would have been a little bit too bold. As I'm thinking about this, I think I'm going to do the rodeo and nominee. And I'm going to go ahead and do the I run this rodeo in the vanilla paste. So this is what our paste look like. It's the consistency of, let's say, sour cream. And that's a good comparison because that's about the color of this. I'm just going to go ahead and use my squeegee to go ahead and rub some paste over the areas where I want the paste to go through. So I run. I'm going to do the little swirlies at the bottom. And I'm going to take my excess paste and just put it back in my jar. I'm going to smooth out what I've already done. I'm using the wrong edge of this squeegee. So the squeegee does have a beveled edge and a flat edge. I don't know if you can see this. And I wasn't using the beveled edge, so it wasn't moving quite the way I wanted it to. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the proper edge, squeegee it over this, smooth out some of my lines, make sure I have coverage on all the silk screen. And I'm going to go ahead and go back over the top letters and words and make sure that's all covered. And then I'm very quickly, because you want to peel this off when it is still wet, I'm going to use my nominee color, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous gold metallic. And I'm just going to get some of that, and I'm going to do the letters in the word rodeo. Rodeo. I do have one bubble popping up in that O, so we'll hope that that doesn't affect it. We'll see. And what color? There's stars that separate each letter and the word rodeo. What color do you think I should make those stars? Maybe a red? The background's blue. We can make it a brown, whatever color you want. As you guys jump on, please say hello. I'd love to talk to you and have a conversation, see what you're doing. What did you do today that was fun for a rodeo? A lot of people had the day off. Post offices were closed. I'm still waiting for my mail to get here, and then I realized there's no mail today. No mail. We did go out to a restaurant today, and it wasn't too bad. I thought it might be busy, but we went early enough, so it wasn't busy. I thought the lunch crowds would be really busy today, though, but they weren't. Okay, excess paste back in. I'm going to go ahead and get that squeegee kind of cleaning, and I think I might do red. I might do red for the stars. And I'm grabbing cherry. This is cherry red. This one was not in my list, so if you want the link to the supply list, type in the word rodeo in the comment and check your messenger. It should send you a little link with a list that is pre-made for you in the for the Chalk Guitar shopping list, but you can change that out. You can switch that up. You don't have to buy anything from that list. It's kind of a service just to get you started and make it easy for you guys to access some of the supplies that I used on this project. So change it up, take a look, see if it's something that you're interested in. If you want green instead of red, change it up. If you don't want to have any squeegees, change it up. Although you do need a squeegee, and I highly, highly, highly recommend the board racers. I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece of fabric here so I can hold it up and show you as I peel it off. So this is a big reveal, and all you do is you peel this up. Try not to stretch it out. So try to work out to the center of the transfer to pull it off. And I know I'm pulling it off sideways for you, but as you go, you can kind of see whether it transferred properly or not. And you would be able to put it back down and make modifications, but I think it turned out great. I don't see anything I need to correct. Now this does dry very, very quickly. I think this is going to be great. I'm going to add some string around the border. We'll do that next, but I want to go ahead and do the other transfer as well. So I'm going to do the same thing. This is giddy up. I'm going to go ahead, I don't see my fuzzing towel around. Now instead of a fuzzing towel, you can use your pants leg. You can use a regular towel. You can use a dish towel. You can use your shirt. Thank you for watching, Tracy. Anything that you can pick up, lay it on, let it pick up some lint, and kind of reapply it down a couple times. And that helps it become a little less sticky. So, once again, I'm going to try to center it and try to get it straight. I'm just kind of working from the edge here. If I get the edge pretty straight, I'm hoping that the rest of this will go straight. So, smooth it down. Make sure there's no air bubbles. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off right here. Get rid of that. Okay, giddy up. So the first thing I want to do is do nominee. Did I already put that away? I did. Nominee for the outside rope area. Outside rope area. I'm going to go ahead and raise my table a little bit. I had some short people here working on my work table this weekend. I love it when they work on my table. I love when they visit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the rope. And there is like a rope that she's swinging like a lasso around her head. I'll do that as well. Continue on to my rope. Have you ever been to a rodeo, guys? I know that sometimes the little ones are fun to watch when they're starting to learn the rodeo, and they ride like the sheep, and they just kind of start with the more milder animals. Those are so fun to watch. So fun. And we live in a big western kind of town. We live in Tucson, so they do have a lot of horses, a lot of farm property. And some of our schools focus on rodeo more so than others. So we do have some fun things going on for rodeo. Here in Tucson, we always have 2 days off towards the end of February for 2 days off of school. They are in our school calendar so that kids can participate in rodeo. Hi, Phil. And then they can, parents can, also ask for the day off, I guess, unless you're blessed to be working in the school systems, then you would get that off as well. Okay, I've got the nominee done. I'm going to close that up, and what I'm going to do is called a paste and peel. Now, since you want to peel this off while it's still wet, I'm just going to go ahead and lift my transfer right where I chalked it to release that paste that I just put on, only where I pasted it. So that will release it out of that area, out of that silk screen, but I'm going to leave everything else down and still stuck to the transfer. Oh, this nominee is so pretty on this. Now, there are some areas like right here where the cowgirl is. I'm going to want to chalk her still. So I'm going to make sure I press down in that area and get it chalked down, really press down so that I can go ahead and chalk her. And I'm just going to chalk her all in Marvelous, which is a pink color. Kind of a light pink. So I'm going to chalk our cowgirl completely in Marvelous. I'm going to press down, make sure her hat is down. All that silk screen is touching and connected to the surface below, which is our piece of fabric. I'm going to chalk her boots, her chaps. I'm going to go over it and remove any excess paste so it leaves a nice even layer. Make sure I haven't missed anything. Okay, I'm going to cap up this. Now giddy up. Last time we did the words in gold. I think this time we're going to do them in the white. White, maybe I could do red. I think the white would work best. And once again, this isn't our bright white, it's vanilla. Oh no, it's our bright white. Let's do it in the bright white then. Get a squeegee. Okay, so bright white. I'm going to do all my letters in the bright white. Giddy up. I remember watching TV all the time. We would watch westerns like Gunsmoke, Bonanza, a lot of westerns. High Chaparral, which was filmed in Tucson. A lot of the westerns were filmed in Tucson, a lot of the movies, but High Chaparral was a series. And we would always, say giddy up and stuff like that. Part of our vocabulary when we played. Nowadays, I don't think I hear it very much at all. This is kind of a cool lettering. It's got some distressing built into it. So when we lift it up, you may think that there's no paste on there and that it's a mistake. But it's just really the built-in texture. Okay. I do one final go over, make sure I've got everything. Smooth out the paste. When you smooth out the paste, you're also making it a little thinner so it's faster to dry. Okay, cap it up. Sometimes I don't get these on quite right. Okay, we're going to do the reveal on this. Let's peel it off. This is what it looks like right now. And we're going to go ahead and peel it. Work your way to the center so that you're not stretching out your transfer. Since these are reusable between 10 and 12 times, you don't want to stretch them out. Oh, wow. I'm going to put this over here as well. This is what this one looks like. I like it. Now, I do have some little areas where, and I might have some on my shirt. Do I? No. Where I have some paste, like down here. And this fabric, since it's kind of a plastic texture, is going to clean up really easy. So here I have just a plain old water wipe and it's wet. And I'm going to clean up some of my little paste areas here. Wipe my counter a little bit. My hands. And I think I'm going to go ahead and trim my corners without touching the paste because it's still wet. Kind of round them a little bit. And I'm for sure not perfect in any of this. And one more corner. And this one's kind of choppy. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm going to add magnets on this. I'm going to put on my refrigerator. So I'm going to go ahead and round the corners of this one as well. And this one I'm going to add a rope border. Okay, so this is this one. Now I've got some rope, and I've got some real thick, dark rope. But I thought that might be too thick. So I have this white rope, and it's a twine that's thinner. And I think I want to add that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a bead of glue around the outside edge. I'm going to glue this on here. I'm going to leave a tail. I might want to tie a bow, I'm not sure, or a knot of some kind. So I'm just going to press this into the glue. Continue around the top edge. This material is kind of like it reminds me of chaps. You guys know the chaps that the cowgirls, cowboys wear on their legs to protect their legs. That's what this, the material, the plasticky feeling material reminds me of. My grandkids kept on asking me what the pink finger protectors are that are in my drawer. And they were playing with them this weekend. And I kept saying, they're so you don't burn your fingers when you're using hot glue. And now that I'm using the hot glue, I can't find them. But they do come in handy for things like this. Don't burn your fingers. This stuff is hot, especially this Ryobi one is hot. Protect your fingers. Use something to kind of place it on there. Okay. One. Let's go ahead and do this one as well. Let's see if I can put this right here. Now I will go ahead and clean these a little later. I'll probably take them back to the sink. It's the best idea to clean these transfers. They are reusable, is to wet them down immediately. Here they are. And let that water start working on that paste. So here's my little finger protectors that the kids were asking me about. Put those on. Protect your fingers from getting burned. Now let's add our glue. About halfway up and around. Get another glue stick if you need it. And this doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Where's my glue sticks? Try to do a neater job than what I did, though. Just adding our little decorative touch to this. And then all we'll have to do is add some magnets. Okay. So we're done gluing. I'm going to go ahead and add my magnets onto the back. I have some magnets like this, and they are self-stick, but I've used them a couple times. So I'm going to go ahead and use glue. Just going to glue a couple on the corners. I'm going to use this for my refrigerator. Let those sit. And then all we'll have left to do is tie the little knot in the twine. Let's see if I have some more magnets. Some smaller magnets here. And now I'm going to flip them over and make a little knot. So here's one, guys. Came out cute, didn't it? I like it a lot. Very cute. Let's tie this other one. I know there's ways to do perfect knots, but I'm not sure I'm a perfect knot kind of person. So what I'm doing, I'm just going ahead and looping it through. That one I just did one. It was a little shorter. And I think I'm just going to do one here. And here's this one. I'll clamp some of the glue and stuff, but I'll put it on my refrigerator. I'll take a picture. I'll show you guys. But I think they came out really cute. What do you think? Do you like them? Give them a heart. Share this video. Follow my page and comment the word rodeo to get the link to the products I used tonight. If you want to be notified when I go live, please type in !notify in the comments, and that will get you signed up to my notification list so you won't miss out on anything I did. Thank you so much for watching. See you later. Bye.